So, what shall we discuss next?
Maybe we can ask her to continue narrating her friend's incident?
Okay, cool. Let us do it after the break then.
अरे सुधा, ये तेरे चेहरे को क्या हुआ? हाँ? तू
Welcome back from the break. As we mentioned earlier, we will continue our discussion with Akayam.
Spurti, you can't play with my life this way.
Nandan, we've discussed this before and agreed. My first priority is my family's decision, my parents' decision. Please.
You belong to me.
You know about my family, right? They are orthodox. They'll never accept you.
Listen. You either belong to me or no one else. I want your love.
Goodbye, Nandan.
What happened? I'll make sure that nobody shall accept. How's that?
Acid attack, a hidden terrorism, which doesn't come much into light because of three prime reasons. First, the culprits do not operate in groups. Second, they do not fight against the government. And third, which is the most important, they never target any caste or specific religion.
Section 326A of the Indian Penal Code lays down the punishment for acid throwing. The minimum punishment is 10 years of imprisonment, whereas Section 326B of the Indian Penal Code lays down the punishment for attempted acid throwing. First of all, acid should not be sold to those who are below 18 years. When you have a criminal mind to destroy a girl's life just because she rejected you, you are not allowed to live in the society.
Availability of the acid in retail market. Incidents of acid attacks are increasing day by day. It's very much important to control the sale of the acid in retail market. But in the absence of strict law, it's very difficult to control. See, in some cases, attacker being a minor, he escapes from punishment. In some cases, attacker emotionally blackmails the victim to withdraw the cases. Or due to lack of follow from the victim, the case drops out. We are here to protect the law, but we have been limited to some of the rules. Attackers probably thinks that whatever happened cannot be undone. So why punish another soul? Once attacker gets bail, we are out of picture. Even though we know that he has done a very big mistake and we cannot take him back to the police station.
See, it's a very lengthy treatment. It takes almost 4 to 5 years to get the treatment complete. How much ever the technology has advanced today, there has not been a single doctor who is successful in getting back a disfigured face back to the normal condition. Since they would have lost their identity, naturally they would have lost their self-confidence also. So, even after rigorous treatment, a very good counseling is essential for them. See, what happens is their hearing ability is lost, sense of vision is lost, and also their hair growth is affected. That is when the acid falls on their scalp, and sometimes even their mobility is affected. That is when the acid falls on their joints and limbs. See, in a few cases what happens is the patient tends to swallow a few drops of acid where the digestive system starts dysfunctioning and the patient starves to death. First aid is that lots and lots of fresh water has to be flushed within few seconds after the acid attack.
और हेक सत्व
Only I know what the pain is. They had to remove skin from my right thigh and replace it on my cheek since it had melted. I cannot converse for a long time because my cheek starts hurting. Nobody wants to be with a woman who has a deformed face. We feel neglected in the society for a crime which we have not committed. Loneliness is our only friend. Most of us begin to lose sight since eyes are mostly sensitive and affected easily by the attack. However delicious the food may seem, we cannot eat or swallow as it hurts. Gradually our breathing is also affected since the nasal passage starts malfunctioning and most face death due to this reason. Myself Akkayamma, 26-year-old. The acid attack happened to me in Vartur, near Nakuni Sandra layout. The attacker is from Alsalli. He had a fight with my sister and I had to take a stand and ask him to stop bothering us, but it turned out to be a grudge against us. He was kindled to spoil our future so that we will never be able to show our face to the society. He is a father of 5 children. After work, when I went to urinate behind my house, I remember someone pushed me. When I turned back, wiping my face, a voice claimed that he was Muniyappa and he had thrown the acid. He dared me to complain to whoever I wished to and walked away. It was like boiling water thrown on my face and felt as though I was electrocuted. I fell unconscious even before reaching the hospital.
Law should be made such that acid is available only through government authorized retail outlets, and buyer should always display his proof of identity and the purpose for which he is purchasing the acid. It should be made as mandatory.
Whatever the rule or law is enforced, ultimately it relies on person's heart.
When I approached the police by myself, they asked who the witness was and denied filing a case. Later, with the assistance of Women Help Group, I could lodge a complaint which is now of no use since he is already out on bail. I do not even have a good source of income for my survival. My treatment costs up to 1,000 per week. Pragnya madam helped me financially for few surgeries. I need to get 6 to 7 surgeries more. I want to be better. I want to be an example for other women who have undergone the same fatal incidents. My husband does not even treat me well because of my disfiguration and wants to marry a beautiful girl. He's a drunkard and unemployed. He relies on my income for living. When I deny him, he manhandles me. The attacker's family offered me land and money in exchange of the withdrawal of the case. But what is the guarantee that he won't attack me again? Or he won't attack any of my family members? Will I ever be beautiful again? I just pray that no other woman should face this.
Though by profession I am a lawyer, I am also father of 2 children. Quoting many such instances, I will tell my sons, if a girl rejects you, that is not the end of your life. And that doesn't mean that you should end her life also.
As a mother of 2 daughters, I'll tell them to always be careful, always be cautious, and share everything with me so that we can anticipate mishaps and try to prevent it.
Being a police, we always express our frustration on criminals. But on the other hand, we too have family and friends. I always ask my well-wishers to teach your boys not to cry, but also not to make girls cry.
Usually when a survivor is asked if she wants to take revenge by throwing acid on the culprit's face, her instant response would be, yes, I've felt it so many times. But my inner conscience always stops me from doing so, because I don't want to see any other person in the world to face this. We are already half dead. The survivors do not ask for your sympathy or tears. Justice is what they all ask for. If you are tempted to help these survivors, then come. Let us all join hands and create an atmosphere to prepare them physically as well as psychologically. Also, let us pledge to nurture a society full of gentlemen, not wanting to see any of these fatal incidents happen ever again in future.